So we are choosing Papisa over Declan Rice. Saka is Arsenal's best player. Even for the past 2 seasons, this guy has given out all his best. Hey guys, welcome to the channel for my big game preview. Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. Premier League game week 4. This is the biggest game coming up this weekend. Tottenham versus Arsenal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In game week 3, Arsenal were shocked by Brighton at the Emirates Stadium and they drew 1-1 against Brighton. And Tottenham in game week 3, they lost 2-1 against Newcastle United at St. James. Going to this game week 4, Tottenham Hotspur is hosting Arsenal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. This is going to be a master clash. Game with so many expectations. So if you're new here, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Andy Finance. Stick with me to the end of this video. Let's get into it. Yeah, so to begin, Tottenham Hotspur hosting Arsenal in game week 4 in the Premier League. So far so good as it stands in game week 3. Arsenal is now 4th on the league table, and if you look at Tottenham Hotspur too, so far they are 10th on the league table. Yeah, so let's talk about the head-to-head. In their last 5 games between Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, Arsenal have managed to get 3 wins out of 5 and 1 draw and 1 loss against Tottenham Hotspur. But if you look at Arsenal's last 3 games in the Premier League too, they've gotten 2 victories and they drew only 1, which was their last game against Brighton at the Emirates Stadium. Going to this game too, Tottenham Hotspur is also coming from a 2-1 defeat at St. James Park against Newcastle United. So this will be an interesting game since in game week 3, Tottenham Hotspur dropped points against Newcastle. Going to this game is a massive game for both clubs. Without wasting much of your time, let's build a combined 11 between Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. So stick with me, let's get into it. Yes, starting with the goalkeepers, we have Vicario for Tottenham Hotspur and we have David Raya. We all know in game week 2, Aston Villa versus Arsenal, David Raya was the man of the match. He made an incredible save and in that game he won Arsenal the game. And going to this game, I think to choose between Vicario and David Raya at this point, building a combined 11 between Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, our goalkeeper for this combined 11 will be David Raya. So the goalkeeper is David Raya. Moving on to the 2 centre-backs, we have Dragusin and Romero for Tottenham Hotspur, and for Arsenal we have Saliba and Gabriel. To choose a combined 11 from these 4 players, Romero and Dragusin, and between Saliba and Gabriel, to be frank with you, Saliba will always stay on the board because he's that good. And going to this building a combined 11, I think it will be better for us to stick with Romero because this guy has experience and his style of play is different. So our 2 centre backs in this video is going to be Saliba and Romero. Moving on to the right back position, we have Ben White for Arsenal and we have Udogie for Tottenham Hotspur. Building a combined 11 between Udogie and Ben White. We all know Ben White with experience. I mean, Udogie last season was brilliant, but well, to build a combined 11 between Arsenal and Tottenham, I think it will be better for us to start with Ben White over Udogie. Yes, moving on to the left back position, and we have Pedro Paulo for Tottenham Hotspur versus Timber for Arsenal. And building a combined 11, we know the masterclass of Pedro Paulo. This guy is a baller. Even though he's a defender, his going forward or overlapping runs are very beautiful. He scored crazy goals and so far so good. To me, looking at this Tottenham Hotspur team, he is one of their key players. Without him, I think Tottenham will fumble. So going into this game, building a combined 11 between Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, our left back in this video is going to be Pedro Paulo over Timber. Yes, moving on to the number 6 position or the defensive midfield role, we have Bissouma for Tottenham Hotspur and we have Thomas Partey for Arsenal. We all know if Thomas Partey is fit, he is that good. And going to this building a combined 11 between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, I think it's better for us to stick on the board with Thomas Partey over Bissouma. Yes, moving on to the number 8 row in the midfield, we have Papi Sarr for Tottenham Hotspur and we have Declan Rice for Arsenal. We all know the masterclass of Declan Rice. Anytime he's fit, this guy is a baller. Even though in their last game against Brighton, he had a silly yellow card and he got sent off in that game. But building a combined 11, I think it will be better for us to start with Declan Rice, but well, because he got a red card in their last game, he will not be available in this game. So let's stick with Papi Sarr with this one. So we are choosing Papi Sarr over Declan Rice. Yes, moving on to the number 10 row for Tottenham Hotspur, we have James Maddison, and for Arsenal we have Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is that good. I'm not saying James Maddison is not good. James Maddison is good with his passes, his shot. I mean, he's that good. But to choose between Martin Odegaard versus James Maddison, I think it will be better we start with Martin Odegaard over James Maddison. Yes, moving on to the number 7 row, we have Kulusevski for Tottenham Hotspur and we have Bukayo Saka for Arsenal. We all know, nothing to argue here. We are sticking on the ball with Bukayo Saka. Saka is that good. Saka is Arsenal's best player. Even for the past 2 seasons, this guy has given out all his best and he has been a standout player. So to build a combined 11 between Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal, there is no way we are going to miss out with Bukayo Saka. So we are sticking the number 7 row is for Bukayo Saka. Yes, moving on to the number 11 row, we have Johnson for Tottenham Hotspur and we have Trossard for Arsenal. The competition is there. Well, Johnson is that good, but to choose between Trossard and Johnson, let's take on the board with Trossard. Trossard over Johnson. And moving on to the number 9, the attacking striker in this video, we have Son for Tottenham Hotspur and we have Kai Havertz for Arsenal. Even though he is not a typical number 9, but well, Havertz too is not a typical number 9, but they all are good with what they do. But well, we all know Son has history in scoring goals in this Premier League. So to choose between Heung-min Son versus Kai Havertz, I think the best solution for this is to stick on the board with Heung-min Son over Kai Havertz. Yeah, so this is my combined 11 between Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. Let me know your minds and thoughts at the comment section. Who do you think deserves to be in the combined 11 but well, I missed out in this video? Yeah, so going into this game, Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, 2 players that you have to watch out. For Tottenham Hotspur, one player that I want you to take a good look at is Pedro Paulo. This guy is a defender, but well, his overlapping runs are that crazy, so Arsenal should watch out for him. For Arsenal too, there is always one player that anytime he has a good day, Arsenal get victory. And who is that? Martin Odegaard. Arsenal, if Odegaard get a good day, Arsenal will win convincingly. So going to this game, Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, even though in their last encounter, Arsenal got a 3-2 victory over Tottenham Hotspur at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So going into this game is a tough game, and me to predict my scoreline in this video, well, I know this will be a tough game, but well, I think Arsenal will get a last minute win. Going into this game, I'm predicting a 2-1 victory for Arsenal. Arsenal 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Yeah, so like this video so far, this is a big game preview. This is the first episode of this series on my channel. Big game preview. Every week I'll come on your screens and do a preview to the big game coming up. So please stick with me and subscribe to the channel. I'm still your boy Andy Final. Till meet in another video. Bye bye for now.